All right, welcome back to another week. We were winding down the season. A lot of not only are we in region games, but a lot of these region games are a matter for could be a difference between home field advantage in the playoffs, or just a home game, or just getting into the playoffs. So it's really make sure that we're staying focused and watching our keys and staying in the game. Because we definitely do not want to miss any kind of focus or anything. So this first play is similar to one we had a few weeks ago. So we're gonna have a free kick, and the K team is going to bat it towards the opponent's goal line. That's right there, and then the ball is going to go out of bounds. Touched by R. So you can see R does touch this game. It looks like it bounces off an R player's shoulder pad. There's helmet right there. Bounces off R's player's helmet. Then I think it looks like another R player hits it. But the initial touch right here is on this. As you can see, this R player is going for the ball. And he's just going to bat it toward the opponent's goal line. Now, I understand, especially in this situation, he's probably just trying to get the ball. It may not be intentional. But if we look at the definitions here, as you see, batting is the intentional slapping or striking the ball with the arm or hand. If you're trying to secure the ball, you are intentionally hitting the ball. Even if you're not trying to, and if you're not intentionally batting it toward the opponent's goal line, you're making an intent to hit the ball, or at least intent to grab it, secure it. All that's intentional. So that goes in with that. And as you can see, a K player may bat toward his own goal line, a grounded scrimmage kick. So they cannot bat toward the opponent's goal line. They can only bat it backwards towards their own goal line, which was not the case here. You can see he bats it forward toward the opponent's goal line. All right, so since it was touched by R and then goes out of bounds here, the options are to re-kick it with the intentional batting rule enforcement applied, or we decline it and get the ball right there. Which in this case, I think that's what the team chose. They declined it and got the ball right there. Because it's an illegal, it's a loose ball. So you're going to go previous spot. You do not tack this on. Alright, we're going to see this better here. Remember a few years ago we implicated the pop-up rule. So the pop-up kick, by our definition, and the rule book is very vague on what a pop-up kick is. It just says they're illegal. We went so far as to find a height of the ball. So back up. When you do pop-up kick, if they kick the ball directly into the ground, which they do here, and we'll show the end zone view in a minute, you can see it better. Kick it into the ground, immediately into the ground, and it bounces up high. In Georgia, we had defined that as about head height. And as you can clearly see, this ball goes way over head height. So this would be an illegal pop-up kick. It is, you blow it dead immediately. 5 yards back, re-kick. In a crew of 6, your umpire gets the best look at it, but deeps can also help on this. As you can see, you can see it better, get a better look at it. And these are tough, and they happen so quick. But you can see it's going to go into the ground right there. You can see it go into the ground and then up. and it's clearly over head height. I mean, I know head height seems low, but this is your textbook pop-up kick, because this is what you want in a pop-up kick. You want how they did it before the rule change. The ball was up high there. You have an R player there waiting on the ball and looking up. And then it used to be he just get cold clocked, which obviously can't do that anymore. But him sitting there waiting on the ball is what they want in a pop-up kick. So this is textbook pop-up kick. They're tough. They really are. They happen so fast. Okay, we had a discussion a few weeks ago on this may be the only angle I got. Yeah. We had a discussion a few weeks ago on, we in that instance of roughing the kicker, we used a bad snap. This instance is different because this is that rugby style kicker who's going to take the snap, run, and then quickly kick it. They don't get as much protection as a traditional punter does, because you do not know when he's going to run it or if he's going to come back and kick it. So treat it like you would treat a roughing the passer. If the defender has a reasonable enough time to let up, stop his momentum, then there's no foul. If he has a reasonable enough time to let up, if he does have a reasonable enough time to let up and stop his momentum, and he still hits him, then you have a foul. In this instance, you still be running into, like an instance like this, or if he hits the plant leg, then you got roughing. But the way he's going, like, you don't know if he's going to run it or not. So, like, it's just so bang bang. There's no foul here, and that's just the risk they run when they choose to be rugby style kickers. It just is what it is. All right, here we have a good call for block below the waist on a free kick, and you can see it's going to happen right here. It's not much. It's not one of those egregious, safety ones we look for, but it's below the waist. It's a hit, knocks him out of the play. Therefore, it's illegal. Plain and simple. So this is a good call for block below the waist. They don't have to be, egregious. If they just hit them below the waist and it knocks them off like that, especially if it knocks them off their feet, block below the waist. Can't do it. All right, on this play, we're going to have a holding call. And the holding is not going to be on the intended receiver, which is fine. Holding is holding. So the intended receiver is going to be this one at the top, or at least when I say intended, that's the one the ball goes to. We don't know who the quarterback was looking at originally, but the holding call is going to come right here on this inside receiver. And it's one of those where it's not much, but it holds them up just enough. And especially off, when it's going off ball on who the pass was going to be to, you go holding. Now, it's not going to be on this top receiver for several reasons. One would be if that would have been the hold. Once the ball goes in the air, it then turns into a DPI. But the actual call is on this inside receiver, so it stays holding. It does not get the DPI upgrade. And this last play we're going to look at from the same game, very next play. So it's 4th and 1. Team's trying to obviously get the first down here. He's going to run it. And it looks like clearly the runner gets it. But he's going to be called short. And if we go back, if we look at kind of the wider angle of this, it looks like our wing is coming in back here, where the number 13 comes the forward progress at, rather than where number 10, who actually had the ball. Because you can see number 10, especially from that angle, he clearly gets the line of the game. There you have a closer angle of it. Maybe. If you just go off that, he clearly got more than a yard. Possibly 2 yards. And then the wings come in. And it kind of demonstrates to me that maybe the wings did not know who had the ball. And especially 4th down situation, we got to know who has the ball. The other thing and it's probably more troubling than that, is the lack of urgency. This is 4th and 1. We got to crash in. The wings need to crash in. Umpire, he finally comes in. R's got to come in. Everyone needs to crash in on this. And at least make it look like, we're as urgent as the team is. So, and I know we're on turf, but this is also, sometimes just measure it. Just, in a moment of the game, sometimes you need to measure, even if you're on turf. I know some people think never measure on turf. I don't get that. I don't buy into that. So always, I'll just measure in the game moment. You don't always have to measure because of coach requests, but if it's a game moment, do the measurement. And always, like 4th and 1, QB sneak, we need to be coming in, crashing in hard. All 4, even deeps come in, so just jog in. The whole crew we need to look as urgent as the as the game dictates. All right, that's it for this week. Good luck, guys. Just a couple more weeks left in the season, or in the regular season. Just stay focused.